From Hollywood, it's the Tom Leykis Show.
We're trying to help the children.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning in to the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No, I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Every year on the Tom Leykis Show, during the holiday season, we listen to all the Christmas carols, all the thoughts and wishes of America's biggest corporations, telling us of peace on earth, goodwill toward men, and all the Christmas carols your kids are singing at those recitals you're going to see and everything. And we choose to go out there and find out just how serious people are about peace on earth, goodwill toward men, by finding out how people feel about America's homeless. And if you do hate the homeless, we would love to get your opinion at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's 1-800-5800-866. And by the way, if you are somebody who thinks Jesus would love the homeless and you happen to agree with Jesus, sure, we'll put you on the air. I just don't think we're going to get a lot of calls like that. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Here's Joe on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, Joe.
Hey, that brother just called, dude. You know what? I hate the homeless. I hate the homeless. I hate poor people. I want to burn them, grind them, chop their arms and throw them in the ocean.
Just for being poor?
Just like that.
You know, I grew up poor.
Well, hey, I grew up poor, but I bettered myself. I worked.
What if somebody chopped you up before you had a chance to become something?
We all get a chance. We all have a chance, especially here in America. Everybody has a chance.
So how many years should people be given to improve their lot in life before you chop them up?
3, max.
3 years. So in other words, anybody over 3 years old who's poor
after the
or
age
unemployed.
Of 18, after the age of 18, they have 3 years. After that, if they're not doing well, bam, get rid of them.
Just get rid of them.
We don't need them.
Come on, are you really serious? Yeah, come on. You can't be serious. You're just saying this to shock people.
No. They're a nuisance, dude. We don't need them here.
Do you think that Jesus would do that?
I wish. If there is one, I wish he does that.
You wish Jesus would chop up or burn the homeless?
Yeah, and let us all watch.
Do you sing Christmas carols during the holiday season?
No. For what?
Do you send Christmas cards that say peace on earth, goodwill toward men?
No, for what? No, man, that's a waste of money.
All right, Mr. Scrooge, thank you very much for your call. I appreciate it. I'll take you out. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. We're talking about people who, they've got very strong opinions this time of the year. Here's Paul on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Paul. Hey, Tom.
Paul.
Yeah. Hey, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing great.
My God, do I hate the homeless. It's unbelievable. I work at one of our favorite convenience stores. Me and my buddies have a really great time. We fill up these cups full of ice and whiz in them and stuff straws in them, and they just vanish. It's unbelievable.
What is in these cups?
Oh, we take them to the men's room and, do our business in them and put lids on them and ice and make them look like construction worker drinks. It's great.
So you serve cups of urine on ice?
Oh, well, we don't really serve them. We just put them out for the taking.
And you watch the homeless people take them?
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic.
How do they react when they find out what they got?
You know what? I don't even think they really know, because it just looks like someone left the old Diet Mountain Dew there.
And so they drink the old Diet Mountain Dew.
And push the shopping cart down the road with the puppy dog in it, and kick trash cans, and have a terrible time.
And you even do that during the holiday season?
Oh, especially. You know, we have our vendors dropping, pallets of goodies out in the back, and these guys are just a total nuisance. I mean, they try to take stuff from it and whatnot, and we always get in trouble by the managers and stuff because they think that we're stealing it, and we're actually not taking it. It just sits out in back, and we don't have time to bring it in.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Now, are you religious? Do you go to church on Christmas or anything?
No way.
Just checking. I don't know. Do you send Christmas cards?
Just to my folks.
Do they say anything about peace on earth, goodwill toward men?
No, nothing like that.
You don't believe in that?
No. I'm a Christmas kind of guy, but I am not a homeless kind of guy at all.
So what is it about Christmas that you like?
Oh, I love the trees and the great memories and the presents, but I just don't like homeless people, period.
So if you were hired by the president to be in charge of our homeless problem, what would you do?
Oh, man. That's actually a really great question. First of all, they've already been run out of Malibu, so I don't know where else they'd go. Maybe further down south. But I think they're coming over into the valley, And,
what would you do with them?
It's an epidemic.
What would you do with them?
They'd have to go off to send them over to, I don't know, Tom. We got to figure that out. We need to make an island or something and chuck them all on there like a leper colony.
And you would do that if you were in charge of the homeless?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you and I and everyone else out there, we work our butts off all day, every day. We're not sticking our hands out. We're able-bodied people. Why not?
Paul, thank you very much for the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Najat on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Thanks. I'm a first-time, long-time Tom.
Yes.
I just have to make a comment. It's really sad to hear how, this is America and we're like the land of opportunity, and we can speak so poorly about someone who might need our help or someone who's just having like a strain of bad luck. Everybody has their own reason for being homeless. I'm sure they're all different. But just to hear some of these callers saying, like, kill them, throw them on an island, instead of, having a more positive outlook and thinking, hey, somebody needs like a heartfelt thought or just maybe a little nudge to push them in the right direction. It's just sad. And I'm not like a big fan of being on the radio and all that, but I couldn't help it, but I had to just call and just, say my opinion.
Are you surprised at the calls that are coming in?
I'm shocked. I mean, I'm sure some of these guys are calling in just to, like, try to be, like, the tough, I'm a man, I'm macho, and, like, make their stupid-ass statements, but I don't know. It's hard to hear.
Well, hang on a second. Joe, what did you want to say here to Najat?
I think they're bums. Tom?
I'm right here.
Okay, I think they're bums. And I think the solution would be round them all up and put them in a wood chipper and see what the outcome is after we put them in a wood chipper.
Well, I hope that nothing happens to you and one of your kids in the background there, they'll never become homeless and actually need somebody's help, and maybe somebody with a kind heart can help them instead of...
They will not, because I work super hard in life, and I actually
it has nothing to do with anybody else.
Population. So all I can tell you is I work with them every day. I tried helping them, and yeah, like I believe it was Kathy that mentioned 90%. That was her stat. 90% are mentally disabled. Well, the 10%, I would really love to have that job to stick them in a wood chipper because they're a burden to society. They're bums.
And you're helping society how?
I can. I wish I could by getting a position where I get...
Well, they're not doing anything, and neither are you, so what makes you better?
Let me tell you what they do. For example, there is a bum that hangs out on the corner of Sunset and Virgil every day for the past 5 years. Let me tell you, let me finish. Can I finish? I always let you finish, so let me finish. There's a bum that hangs out on Sunset and Virgil. I have my nice, polished car that I have every Friday, and the idiot not only stops traffic and ends up banging on my window, and he knows who I am, and he's always asking me for a handout. There is no handout in life, okay? You need to get up and get a job.
Experience?
Excuse me?
You're making judgment on all homeless people because of
No, I am not. No, I am not. Like I said, I really don't want to disclose what I do for a living because I can get in lots of trouble for saying this, so I'm also not Joe. I'll give you another name, the Tacuache. But let me let you know this. I'm letting you know that they are a burden to society. The 10%, and I've seen them. Like Kathy mentioned, there are some that are mentally disabled that we possibly need to have them in a locked-up area so they won't cause any stupid things out there. Therefore, we should, the next 10% that Kathy talked about that are just bums, we should stick in a wood chipper. That's my solution.
Okay, well, I'm glad there's not that many of you out there, so...
Well, there is.
Obviously, there are many Tom, I'll talk to you later.
Anyway.
Okay.
Tom?
I'm right here.
I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. I love this topic because, I kid you not, I really don't get off and do anything to this bum. And, you know, I tried, and I tell him, hey, you know what? I just washed my car, idiot. Don't bang on my window. If you know who I am already, you know my car. Don't be banging on my window to ask me for a handout because I just paid $60 to have my windows and car washed.
What do you think? What do you think Jesus would do if he was in your position?
I think, you know what? Jesus would stick him in a wood chipper. How about that?
Joe, thank you very much for your call.
I am a slut and proud to admit it.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show with another joyous holiday edition, asking our listeners why they hate the homeless at 1-800-5800-TOM from Portland, Oregon, home of the other white meat. It's Alan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay, Alan.
Well, I live in Portland, and I am freaking sick and tired of the pathetic homeless people that are out on the streets because I think they're nothing but a bunch of lazy bastards that prey on the pathetic, sympathetic people that give these people money that were just smart enough to figure out a low-cost overhead of nothing but an El Marco and a piece of cardboard. They're just lazy. That's all there is to it.
All of them?
All of them. If they weren't lazy, they'd be hanging out at the day labor job sites like all the illegal aliens in Portland. instead of just hanging out on a street corner, wasting time.
What about the children?
What children?
There are plenty of homeless children.
You know what? They're probably nothing but props.
So how do the homeless afford to hire props? Are you saying that the homeless are hiring out to the suburbs to people to bring their children into town, use them for the day, and then send them back home?
I'll tell you what, I think these people are nothing but lazy bums that have figured out it's easier to stand on the street corner with their dog and their kid than to get a real job.
And the children?
The children are simply standing there because mom or dad or some other lazy bastard is making them do it.
So what would you do about the kids?
Well, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'd do about the kids, but the parents need a good ass kicking. You know, you said it. America, in a lot of ways, is becoming a nation of nothing but a bunch of pussies that are so afraid of offending anybody that we're just becoming a nation of nothing but enablers that allow people to stand around and do nothing. These people need to get their asses kicked and become a productive member of society. You know what? Round them up. Make them Marines. Put them through boot camp. Make them do something.
It sounds to me like you would be willing to step up and do it.
You know, I've never jumped out of the car and physically kicked their ass, but I got to tell you, if you've been to Portland, and I know you have, the home of the other white meat, and you know why they're all lesbians here, right?
Why?
Because they have to be. You've seen them, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
There you go. So, but you know, I pulled up to the freeway entrance and I said, hey, why don't you get your ass out there and clean up all the garbage on I'll swing back around, and if you've done it, I'll buy you a hamburger or something. And they just tell you to F off. They're not serious. They're lazy. That's all there is to it. They're just flat lazy people.
All of them.
I would say most of them.
The children, the mentally ill ones, they're all lazy.
You know, I can understand somebody going a little AWOL if maybe, you know, their wife and child was taken out by a drunk driver or something. But, you know, I can understand maybe that even affects certain people for the rest of their life. But I don't think the answer for any of them is to stand on a street corner and be worthless. I just don't see it. And you said, you know, what would Jesus do? I don't think Jesus was a beggar. I think he was a giver. And I don't think he would approve of beggars.
What do you think Jesus would do to the homeless?
I think he'd kick their ass with a sandal foot. I think he'd explain to them that they're not accomplishing nothing and they need to be a productive member of society to some degree.
Didn't Jesus say, something. Love thy neighbor?
You know what? I get love thy neighbor, but you don't love anybody by allowing them to be lazy. You know what? If you're in management and you're managing people, you don't do anybody a favor by letting the slackers be slackers. Eventually your good people turn on you because they see you don't make the slackers productive.
Thank you for the call, Alan. One 800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello here to, look at these, Javier on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Tom?
Not much.
Hey, I think what we should do with these homeless is, first of all, gather them up and put them on a semi, on a trailer, take them to the grapevines and put them to work. And the ones who don't want to work, put them on the firing line.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, do you go to church? Are you a religious sort ever?
No.
Do you ever send Christmas cards and say peace on earth, goodwill toward men?
Yeah, I do sometimes.
Do you think that would fit in?
Yeah.
You do?
Uh-huh.
You would call what you suggested goodwill toward men?
Right, goodwill towards men, the ones that want the goodwill and the ones that are willing to work and the ones that are struggling out here and fighting the good fight for their families. Not the ones that are out there freeloading and handing out. Hey,
watch your mouth. We're on the air.
Sorry about that. and just handing out signs, and with a face that to sorry for me and give me some free money, because all they do with that free money, they're all there. If you figure it out, they're all there. They're all in the freeways begging for money all day. What do they do all night? They go buy their booze, their liquor, get a motel, get their drugs, and do the same thing all over again. People keep giving money to these freeloaders.
So if the President of the United States appointed you, Javier, to be the homeless czar, to be in charge of the homeless situation, what's the first thing you would do?
First thing I would do is, like I said, gather them up, put them to work. They don't want to work, put them on a firing line.
The firing line, so you'd have them shot.
Well, nobody wants to hear it, basically, these people, a lot of these people, they're drug addicts, and they're out there, committing crime, buying drugs, and doing no good. So why not just, the 10%, I heard something about 10%, the ones that are willing. There are people out there that are homeless and because of their situation. So let's help them out.
All right, Javier, thank you very much for the call. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Brian on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, how you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah? Hey, just wanted to call, man, and say, you got some people calling in and saying some pretty disgusting stuff there. I mean, I don't see why anybody would hate the homeless in general. I mean, I could see if you got one or two people that are just bugging the hell out of you on a normal basis, but to just hate all the homeless, I mean, anybody can be homeless at any time in their life for any number of reasons. So, some of these people calling and saying we should kill them all or throw them in a wood chipper, I think that's pretty harsh. I think that's pretty bad.
Well, let me see what Mike thinks about that. Mike, you heard what Brian has to say. What do you think?
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
I'm okay.
How's it going?
Great.
Surprised I got on here, man. No, I just wanted to tell you, man, when I was, I'm 23 years old, truck driver. I make pretty good living. When I was 15 years old, my parents split up, and I was homeless. So I can sympathize with the homeless people. Some people don't want to be. They don't want any help. They don't want to be. They want to be taken care of. They don't want to take care of themselves. When I was 15 years old, I was homeless. I was on the street. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
it wasn't your choice, correct? I mean, you couldn't do anything.
No, it wasn't much. Well, it was. See, I didn't want to go to a foster home, so I never called nobody. I never did anything. I had really good friends, and I was homeless, and I had really good friends that I grew up with that would take care of me. You know what I mean? And I've taken care of them now that I've got on my feet and can take care of myself. It just depends on if the person wants to take care of themselves or not.
Do you
pretty
look
much
at
what
the
it boils
homeless
down
differently
to.
now?
What's that?
I said, do you look at the homeless differently now because of that?
Do I look at the homeless differently?
I mean,
oh yeah.
I guess you can only have one opinion, but do you look at them in a different light than you feel like most people around you do because you experienced that?
Yeah, I experienced this.
So, Mike, what would you do with the homeless?
The homeless? Hey, what are you going to do with the homeless? You can't with somebody that doesn't want to help themselves. You know what I mean?
I got an idea, Tom.
They're going to be there. They're going to be walking around.
So what would you do with them?
Hey, that's the $1 million question, isn't it?
I'm asking you.
I got an idea. Why don't we let all these celebrities out here that want to throw money at a cause just so everybody can love them? Why don't we let them throw some more money at the homeless? If nobody wants their tax dollars going to the homeless,
you can give a homeless person $1 million. Well, maybe not $1 million. You can give a homeless person any amount of money. And if they don't want to take care of themselves, they're not going to take care of themselves.
So what would you do with them, Mike? What did you put it this way, Mike? What did you tell Dean you would do with them?
Oh, yeah, so I could get on the air here. What I really wanted to tell you...
Pal, you didn't have to lie to get on the air. Brian didn't have to lie to get on the air.
Yeah, I did, man. I've been calling for like an hour.
Well, Brian got on the air.
Oh, Brian didn't lie.
That's right, he didn't. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Slid through the screener. Let's say hello here to let's say hello here to Jason on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Tom Leykis.
Jason.
The man. Yo, there's mayhem right here. Dude, I am saying, you know, originally I was thinking that I would like to put all the homeless people in a meat grinder and grind them up. But then I just, you know, that holiday music must have got to me and my self-esteem went up just a bit. And I just think it speaks volumes to your character, how bad you're going to treat the lowest of the low in society. You're going to grind them up in a meat grinder. What does that say about you? How sad a person are you if you just want to hurt the people who can't even take care of themselves and their basic needs like eating and washing themselves? I think it's terrible. I think the whole basis of this show is really below you.
Why do you say that?
Because, Tom, I just think that it makes, you know, a guy who can't take care of himself, you know. Of course,
I am making a point. Do you understand the point I am making with this program?
No,
Clearly, it's beneath me to explain it to you because your intelligence level is clearly. I should not assume that every listener is as intelligent as I am. And perhaps I need to explain this to people who are not quite intelligent enough to get what's going on here. You see, it's Christmas time, and I am being bombarded with Charlie Brown Christmas and Mannheim Steamroller and Peace on Earth, Goodwill Toward Men, and all the claptrap of my bank and my the newspaper delivery person about Peace on Earth and Goodwill Toward Men. So I want to see how much people really mean that by asking them about the homeless. And the reality is that people, they sing all these songs, "Oh, come all ye faithful," etc., etc. But the reality is this is how people really feel, despite the fact they send all these Christmas cards out. But clearly, Jason, you're not smart enough to get the joke. You're just an idiot who doesn't get it.
Really.
So you call in, you go ahead and call in here and criticize me for what I'm doing. The fact is, Jason, you probably agree with me, but you're too stupid to get it.
Hey, what's up? This is former intern of the Tom Leykis show, graduated with BA in Pimpology and Leykis 101 in 2004. Just want to say what's up to the folks at the show, Gary, Dino, Art, and the big dog, Tom. Just want to wish y'all a Merry Christmas and a prosperous, joyous, Happy New Year. Word.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Let's say hello to Derek. We're asking listeners to call in during this holiday season and tell us how they feel about the homeless. Yes, hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Tom, you know what? A lot of these guys are idiots. They're really idiots that's calling in. You know why? Because, you know what? My brother, he served in the armed forces, and when he came home, he wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? And he's homeless right now. So I know you probably seen the movie Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. Have you ever saw it?
Oh, I saw it last year, yes.
Okay, so there are some homeless people that's out here trying to do something. And for these people to call in and talk about putting them in wood chippers and stuff like that, they're idiots.
Oh, hang on a second. Hang on a second, Derek. Now, Chris, you hear what Derek is saying. What do you think?
Well, I would agree with what he's saying. I think the guys with the wood chipper ideas are a little stupid. My idea is a little bit more creative. I'm thinking about more like bum death matches on pay-per-view. You know, like swords, maces, nothing too crazy, no guns or anything. You know, maybe a couple hand grenades or something.
You know what? You're an idiot also. You know what? Because there's a lot of...
Right. You know what, man? I love it, that the fact that you come on here talking about your brother was a vet, and he wasn't right. Your brother wasn't right before he left.
No, he was right before he left, but he got out there and he seen some stuff. he got into some stuff. And
Some stuff like what?
Have you ever went over there and fought? Have you fought for your country?
Well, no, I've never fought for my country. I mean, I've been
Exactly. You just right here ripping the benefits. You just over here enjoying all the benefits of this country that my brother and all these other vets fought for, and because they're homeless, you know what? You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Hey, but
you know what?
Your brother has that I don't have.
They fought for this country.
Your brother has a GI Bill, and your brother has Calvet loans, VA loans. You ever heard of those? Veterans get all kind of perks, bro. He doesn't have to be homeless. Your brother's homeless because your brother wasn't right before he left, and he's a loser.
No, you know what? You know what? You know what?
Which is why they're wasting their lives being losers, which is why we should have death matches for entertainment so we don't have to take care of these losers with our tax dollars anymore.
Entertainment for idiots like you that want to sit at home and don't want to go out here and fight for their country, huh? Idiots like you, huh?
Hey, I mean, I don't care what you did before you got homeless. If you're homeless, then you're a loser. Now, if you get yourself out of being homeless, you get yourself out of that state, and you get a job, and you pick yourself up off your feet. But let me tell you something, bro. I live in Orange County, California. I drive through Santa Ana every day, and anybody who lives anywhere in Orange County
you know what?
has to go through Santa Ana, sees these bombs out here, and as I'm going to work every day, busting my hump, to get my measly money together to make my ends meet, I see all these bums standing on the corner begging for money, and it's like the bum circuit. I swear to God, there's like a different bum out there.
Hey, you know what? All of those guys out there, hey, you need to listen. All of those guys out there are not bums. Some of them have issues that they're trying to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Some of them have issues.
No, hey, bro, you're going off on a whole different tangent. If you serve your country, man,
some of those guys out there have fought for this country, have fought for you to have the right to drive your ass around Santa Ana or wherever you going. You know what I'm saying? Some of those guys have fought for that.
Dude, are you crying right now? Hey, bro, if you fought for your country, man, I have all the respect.
You know what? You know what? Every
country. Hey, bro, I have all the respect in the world for that. Okay?
Hey, you know what?
Everybody on the street is a vet. Not everybody on the street is a vet, bro.
I know that every person on the street is not a vet, but you know what? You can't throw everybody in the same pile. You know what I'm saying? You can't put everybody together.
I'm not saying every single bum needs to go into the death match, but hey, let's put it this way. If you've been living on the street...
You know what? I would like to...
in an intellectual fashion here without screaming and hollering back and forth, okay?
I would like to see
Listen to what I'm saying here, okay? So if you've been on the streets for, let's say, 5 to 7 years plus, then you're automatically entered into the death match arena. How's that sound? So you got 5 to 7 years to get your stuff together and get your sorry butt up off the street, and if you can't do it in 5 to 7 years, death match.
You know what? I like to see your pussy ass in the death match. You know what? Because you know what I'm saying? I throw a couple of these veterans up in there with you, and you know what? You would end up on your ass. You would end up on your ass.
You have no idea who I am and what I'm capable of, bro. I would love that opportunity.
You know what? You would end up on your ass because
I would eat it up.
And you would not stand up to none of these veterans. You know what I'm saying? Because they fought.
Dude, don't get me started on that veteran crap. Because not everybody is standing in Iraq right now is sitting out on the front line getting mortar fire and getting sprayed with bullets every day. Most of these guys are sitting around playing poker and all kinds of other crap and just sitting around being bored for most of the time. A lot of them. So don't even give me all that crap, bro. Okay? Because I got friends who serve, I got family who serve, and they come back and they tell me, I know, not everybody's a Navy SEAL, not everybody is going to be a paratrooper, bro. There's certain guys out there that are doing it, and there are other guys out there that ain't doing squat.
You know what? Obviously, you never had nobody die for this country. You wouldn't be talking like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got family members who have died for this country, and you sitting here talking this crap. You know what? You're an idiot.
You got family who died for this country, but if they're living on the street, they're a loser. Period. What? if you're living on the street, I don't care if you were a firefighter, a cop, in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, Marines. I don't care if you were the President of the United States, bro. If you got yourself...
Honestly, you don't. Because you know what? You know what? If you know what?
If it gets you a car, it gets you a woman, or a couple of women, hey, bro, that's life, man. Life sucks. You get up, you move on.
You know what? Honestly,
you know what I'm saying? And if you can't do that and you want to waste your life, you know, I've got family that have lost their lives. I got a 22-year-old cousin who lost his life last year, bro. He got sprayed as an innocent bystander. This kid lost his life, and I got to stand here and drive by you every day and watch you stand on the corner and waste yours, begging for my hard-earned dollars. Are you serious right now?
Hey, you know what?
You want to get up here and scream and holler and cry like a little punk because you're a little bitch.
I am very bitch because you know what?
Crying and whining because you're emotionally involved because your loser brothers living on the street. Well, you know what? Boo freaking who? Get a job, bro. You got all kind of training, ROTC training. You know what?
You know what though?
Also, you can have a 300. You can have no FICO at all, be a veteran, and still get a loan to buy a house right now when other people can't with good credit. What?
You need to.
I worked in the mortgage industry. You can't tell me squat, bro.
Hey, idiot! Listen, you idiot! Listen, you idiot!
What?
Listen, you idiot!
What? Say something.
You need to separate the ones that's out there that's not doing nothing from the ones that's out there who have a mental problem. Who have, you know what I'm saying, who's going through some things. You know what I'm saying? There are people out there going through some things. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
you idiot. Hey, listen, you idiot. Listen. You know what? You too busy talking. That's why you can't listen, because you're an idiot. Stop talking and start listening.
Okay.
There are some people that's out there going through some things, you know what I'm saying? They have some mental problems, you know what I'm saying? They have served this country. And
dude, you've gone there. You said that like 15 times already. Get a new topic.
You need to think about, you need to think about the ones that's out there like that too. There's not just the ones that's out there just, that's out there. They don't want to do nothing. There's not
losers on all levels of life. And if you're a loser,
there's not just the ones out there. There are not just the ones out there that just don't want to do nothing. There's some of them out there that have some problems going on in their life, okay?
Like what kind of problems? Give me an example without saying things. Give me an example.
Hey, you know what? How about having to kill children for your country?
You had to kill kids for your country?
You think
you had to? You
think they're not killing kids?
There was no other scenario that would prevent
You know what? You need to turn off your TV because you're an idiot. All you're doing is watching what they show you on TV. All you're doing is watching what they show you on TV. Don't you know there's more to it than what they show you on TV? Or are you just so stupid that you don't understand that there's more to it than what they just showing you on TV?
Okay, so you're saying your brother has psychological problems, he had to kill kids, and so that's why he's homeless? Is that the argument?
He has psychological problems, you know what I'm saying? Because he went over there and they forced it, and he had to kill. He had to kill.
In Iraq, is that what you're telling me now?
He had to kill.
Your brother now lives on the street, and you're all sensitive and crying like a little.
No, what I'm saying is, if you listen, you idiot.
I'm listening to you. You're not saying much.
If you listen, you idiot.
You're not talking. I'm not hearing
nothing. What I'm telling you is this. What I'm telling you is this. You know what I'm saying? They're over there killing kids. They're over there killing women. You know what I'm saying? Don't you think that plays into your mind? Don't you think that plays into your mind? Don't you think that messes with your mind?
That makes me really want to respect all my servicemen now. They're killing kids and women. Wow, that sucks.
Oh, and you didn't know that?
Now I'm supposed to respect that?
Okay. You know what? I guess you must be a Republican, right? You must be a Republican, right?
I don't believe in labels, bro. I vote for ideas.
You're a Republican, right?
Whatever I feel is the right idea. I don't vote parties.
But you're a Republican, right?
No, I'm not, actually. I'm an independent.
Okay, what are you then? What are you then?
On that note, I want to wish all the listeners to the Tom Leykis Show a happy, joyous holiday season. Peace on earth, goodwill toward men. Oh, yes.
The Tom Leykis Show.